Howdy guys, Rex here. You guys know that I've been a long-time aficionado of finely constructed peripheral rifle equipment. And when you're talking about the Tier 1 USA carbon fiber bipods, they definitely are a classy addition to my table of equipment. These things are a little bit expensive, but if you need something that's lightweight as well as incredibly strong and is not going to compromise any potential accuracy performance due to harmonic anomaly or a shaky shooting position, this might be something you're going to want to look at. They have a few different offerings. If you look at their website, I've gotten a chance to try a number of these over the years. They have a tactical bipod that's out, and I've been trying these for a couple years now, and they're actually very nicely made. The tactical bipod, I believe, is still under $400. With Tier 1 equipment, you have Tier 1 pricing. They're made out of carbon fiber material. They have bipod leg lengths of 180 millimeters or 230 millimeters. So you have to envision what size artillery shell diameter you want your bipod legs to be. If you're from America, might not know what a millimeter is. I can convert that to inches for you guys here. They have pan and tilt features. You can get the tilt feature. You can do the sling swivel mounts, or you can do the new Blazer adapter, pan tilt, or the adapter for the tilt only as well. These things are built very, very tight. They're machined to be within 3 microns tolerance from a solid billet of aerospace aluminum, and they use a 5-axis CNC machine. They're designed to give you superior accuracy and repeatability in terms of how the bipod and the firing position works to interface the shooter to the ground, which is actually important. We talk about this at the seminars a lot, how important it is that your firing position is exactly the same from shot to shot. There are cumulative differences in the way your firing position can be set up that will actually change your point of impact enough to miss it, especially if you're shooting small targets at long range. You will notice how important the firing position is, and to get it as tight as possible is always preferred. Of course, you guys know the natural properties of carbon fiber exhibit incredible toughness and offer that functionality and reliability within the weight requirements needed to actually carry this thing around. Now, when I was testing these, and I took them out again this last weekend to try them, the thing that came to mind is that this seems like a really classy bench rest style bipod in terms of how tight it locks up and in terms of how tightly everything is fitted together once you get in position. But it's done at a weight that I've never seen before in terms of lightweight. It's very light. It's like a featherweight bipod, but it's very strong and very, very tightly put together. These work great on even large calibers like the .338 Lapua Magnum. Provides the same strength and durability and a recoil that you're going to have on your other rifles, which seem to offer the same stability as the clunkier bipods I have that weigh a hell of a lot more. In all honesty, one of the coolest parts about this product is it's designed from scratch in the United Kingdom, and all the parts contained in these are engineered and machined in the UK all the way up to the final assembly by their engineers. There's nothing assembled or manufactured in China or Asia in these bipods, and they insist that they're going to keep it all in-house there in the UK. A lot of outfits claim to be American or UK made, but they use a lot of parts that they get from other places. That's kind of the nature of any kind of manufacturing. So it's actually a task to do everything in-house. That's probably where most of the cost is coming from. It's actually expensive to pay people in country the wages needed for their expertise to be able to deliver this quality of a product. You can't really get that at the same price you would get with from the Far East. They mill every metal part from a solid billet of aerospace aluminum, and all the critical faces are machined in one operation. It actually does result in what you can immediately discern to be very tight tolerances, helping you to reduce that tolerance stacking in your setup, the totality of what you're definitely going to notice when you get down into your shooting position. When you go and operate this bipod to unfold the legs, you simply just pull down and it'll lock into place. It's so tight you're not going to feel any snapping, clunking. There's no play in it. It's a very strange feel. It's so nicely put together like an Aston Martin car. It's just really, really nicely made. So if you appreciate good engineering and fine products, this is something that you might really get a kick out of. When it locks up, there's the buttons to unlock the legs. You simply push them in, and they're constructed in a way to where it's going to be very easy, even with winter gloves. You can go ahead and easily hit these buttons and fold it back forward. These are constructed with military specifications in mind. It was actually developed in conjunction with active Special Forces units, and they're pretty confident that it has been tested against the toughest conditions imaginable. These bipods come standard with rubber feet. They have adapters of your choice. They come in a Cordura carry case. It's really classy. You know how when you open up the really, really nice bird guns or like the double rifles, and they're packed real neatly into a very classy case. These things come not just in a cardboard box. They're actually, that you can tell the pride of craftsmanship that went into these things. They're packaged accordingly. They do have a lifetime guarantee on all parts and defects, and they do have a 30-day return policy for peace of mind. Now, using these bipods out in the Badlands, getting them full of bentonite clay, water, a lot of dust, and using them in extreme cold weather environments, they work beautifully. The only thing I've noticed that might be a little weird to a user of these is you have to get used to how tightly they're put together. Carbon fiber is a little bit flexible, and if the legs are bending because you do have a little bit of a load on the bipod, you can't just hit the button and retract the leg extensions back into the main body. They're so tight they have to go in straight. They feel a little bit like they bind up when they come back in, but once you get used to how to operate these, then they're actually not that difficult to manage. A little bit of a trade-off, tiny bit of a learning curve there. One other thing you might not know that they have if you look around a little bit is Tier 1 USA actually does produce one-piece scope mounts. I have two different models in my possession right now, and I use one actually on my Barrett M82A1 for the primary arms 1-8 platinum scope. It's a very, very robustly constructed, nicely designed one-piece mount. They have Picatinny scope rings as well if you shop on their website. They actually do have a cantilever monomount as well. And of course, these are very rugged as well. They're built to withstand heavy professional use. Most of the market pressure you're going to find in the UK for this kind of equipment is with Special Forces units who do a lot of that kind of work. And so you're going to see that reflected in the design as well. The rings on these mounts are built very tough. They can withstand multiple heavy impacts with a 0 point of impact shift. So if you guys are looking for something that's very nicely made, that is made in-house in the United Kingdom, all parts being made in the United Kingdom, this is a great way to go. It's very nicely put together. It's a piece of art as well as a piece of field-worthy equipment. You're not going to find anything made in Asia on this bipod. And so if you ever get a chance to take a look at one of these, go ahead and appreciate all the quality of craftsmanship that went into making these what they are. All right. I hope you guys found that interesting. You can learn more about these guys on the website. I think they're the Tier 1 USA. Just type that into a search engine. You'll find it. And we'll catch you on the next one.